Hi, my name is Ethan.
I'm Micah.
I'm Cameron.
And I'm Jeremy. Today, we are back with another episode of Cooking with Biology.
All right, let's take a closer look at these little suckers. All right, so if we look here, you can see that these earthworms here are moving in a way that looks like they're pulling their backs forward. That is something that they have known as locomotion. Locomotion in earthworms they use using circular and longitude muscles, such as the bristles called setae. Setae anchor to the worm's environment and shortens, moving in towards the desired direction. Worms have many segments on them called setae. Setae are very strong when it comes to attaching to its environment. These worms here, earthworms, can range from 1 millimeter long to 3 meters long.
So now let's get into how these little horn dogs reproduce. So annelids are really interesting in this regard because they can reproduce asexually or sexually. Now, these earthworms, while most people think that they can maybe get chopped in half and regrow, false, they do not. So earthworms are what we call hermaphrodites, meaning that they reproduce sexually. They have both female and male reproductive organs. So you'll know when these little horn dogs are ready to mate because the clitellum, you see that little bubbled up type skin right there, is a shade of orange. Now, worms like this, like earthworms, reproduce by aligning their bodies in opposite ways, as shown here. If I can get one of these little suckers. Kind of like that.
Worms' digestion work when food such as soil enters the earthworm's mouth, where it is swallowed by the pharynx. After it passes through the esophagus, the food moves into the crop where it is stored, and then eventually moves into the gizzard. The gizzard uses stones that the earthworm eats to grind the food completely. There we go.
The brain of most annelids is relatively simple in structure. The earthworm brain is a bilobed mass. Sensory nerves leave the brain and run forward into the extreme anterior end in the first segment. And some of the brain can be divided into a forebrain, a midbrain, and a hindbrain, surrounding the anterior gut and connecting with the ventral nerve cord.
Some might ask, why are worms helpful to the environment? Well, if you ask a farmer this, a farmer would say, these worms here are very helpful to the environment. Worms here, they help enrich the soil in many ways by digging through the soil and killing dead leaves and organic material, making the soil thinner and more rich, more able to absorb water and become more nutrient. These worms here can be found in many different habitats. Annelids like these ones here can live in many different environments, such as freshwater areas and marine areas, mostly terrestrial moist environments. Another example of type of annelids are leeches, such as freshwater leeches. Freshwater leeches can be found in freshwaters, marine leeches can be found in oceans. Leeches crawl well and are good swimmers. Leeches are a type of annelids that can suck your skin. Now that we're done talking about the earthworm, let's get right into this, shall we? Okay, first step, we're gonna want to take our noodles in this big bucket right here. We're gonna want to put some sauce in there. Ethan, go scoop some of
Just
this.
a little bit of sauce, you know.
Come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Just enough. Oh, yeah.
So after you add your sauce, you want to add your worms. So once you get your worms in here, you just want to add them, sprinkle them throughout the pasta. You want to mix.
Need a little bit more sauce.
You want to mix it in. All right. Now, your pasta is ready to serve.
But you need a garnish.
All right, so let's get into how it tastes. Consistency looks pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
I can eat that, bro.
I didn't want that.